Hi there, my name is Katie. I'm a transfer student at UC Berkeley, and I have a question for you. Do you want to go to a university that looks like this? But you're not sure how to do it? Well, let's talk about it. So let me actually introduce myself. Hi there, my name is Katie. Like I said, I'm a transfer student at UC Berkeley. I study anthropology and archaeology. I'm also a transfer admissions consultant for Accepted Consulting, where I help students get into their dream university. And I'm so sorry, while scouting places to film this video, I realized that college campuses are not quiet places. So I apologize for the background noise. Today I'm going to share with you guys how you can make your college admissions essays stand out as somebody who has both helped students get into their dream universities and somebody who got into UC Berkeley, UCLA, UC Davis, UC Santa Barbara, and UC San Diego. If you are in the middle of writing your college admissions essays and you're feeling like you need some help, go ahead and check the links in the description below where you can schedule a one-on-one consultation with me to develop a strategy to help you get into your dream university. Now, let's get into it. Just jumping right in, the first thing that you need to think about when you are writing your college admissions essays is to start with a hook. Any essay that you're writing, whether it's the UC short essays, the common application, a private school essay, whatever it is, you have to start your essays with a hook. Use a hook from some kind of personal anecdote, some kind of personal experience that you've had that will catch the reader's attention. If you have some kind of action-packed story that you want to tell, start right in the middle of the action. Don't take too long to warm up because you want to grab the reader's attention and make sure that they're going to read your essay and remember it. So for example, when I was writing my essays, I started with Susanville, California. It's the high desert where the air is dry and the wind blows dust into places you never thought it could reach. So there I'm setting up the location, I'm telling them what it looks like, and I'm using specific details that gets them thinking, well, why is she telling me about this place? I'm going to keep reading so I can figure it out. The second thing that you should be thinking about is developing a narrative, telling a story. Showing, not telling. You don't want to just tell the admissions officer why you think that you're a good candidate for admission, but you want to be able to demonstrate your qualities, your feelings, your thought processes, and insights through detailed examples and, again, a narrative storytelling showing rather than listing all of the reasons why you think you'd make a good candidate, which is what I would call the resume essay, which is one of the biggest mistakes that most people make on their essays, is just listing the things that you've done without telling the people reading it why that makes you a good student or connecting it to your personal life experiences or your major. Focus on conveying what makes you unique and what makes you a strong student through your story rather than just simply answering the prompt with what you think the admissions officer wants to hear. The third thing I want you guys to think about is being specific, which I think I kind of touched on in the last point, but being specific is one of the things that will help make your essay stand out from other people's essays. Using specific details, specific examples, specific stories that you've actually experienced in your life. One of the worst things you can do is to write a generic essay, so making sure you're adding as much detail, as much storyline, as much specificity as you can to the reasons why you want to apply to this university, the reasons why you want to study your major, and the things that make you a really strong student. Being specific also means that if you're writing a why this university section for your essay, that you need to go into details beyond what are on the university's website. You can definitely talk about things like the programs that you're interested in and the clubs that you might want to join, but going even deeper, like what kind of coursework do they offer? What are the faculty doing? What kinds of research are they doing? Maybe you have some kind of personal experience with this university. Whatever it is, you have to be very specific about why it is you want to go to that university and not others. This also means that when you're talking about your major or the area of study that you want to go into, being specific about why you want to go into it. What skills do you hope to gain from that major? How are you going to apply them in the future? What is your unique perspective and why you feel invested in this specific area of study? Number 4 is to be a real person. Use your own voice when you're writing. You are a unique individual and you want to let that shine through in your essays. Don't just write with some kind of anonymous detached voice. Make sure that your personality is really coming through in this essay. Make sure that you are, again, describing what makes you you and how being admitted to this university is going to be beneficial not only for you, but for them. But, I mean, they can't make that decision if they have no idea who you are, so make sure that you're writing with your own personal voice and letting your personality shine through. The fifth thing that I want you to do is to connect your personal anecdote back to your academics. Sure, you can tell a story about something that you've experienced in your life, but the admissions officer might not care about that if you're not connecting it back to your academics and the reasons why you want to study what you want to study. You could have an amazing adventure and have a really creatively written essay that talks about this adventure, but it's not going to matter if you can't tell them why that adventure was important to you as a person, why it was important to your studies, and how it's going to make you a stronger academic. Tip number 6 is to get creative. Try writing from different angles. When you get the prompts that you're going to be writing about in your college admissions essays, take the time to really brainstorm how it is you want to respond to those prompts and how you can approach them from different angles. Again, like I said, one of the worst things you can do is to write a generic essay. So take the time to think about how you want to approach these prompts and how the way you're going to write them is going to convey parts of your personality that are really important for the admissions officer to know. Related to this one is to write multiple drafts. So if you are thinking about responding to a prompt but you're not exactly sure how you want to write it a couple of different ways if you're not sure exactly how you want to write it, and think about how approaching things from different angles is going to convey different parts of your personality and how that's going to come across to the application reader. Tip number 7 is do not forget to reflect. And I think that this is something that's come through in all the tips that I've listed already, but when it comes to writing your essays, you don't just want to tell the people why you think that you're a good applicant, you want to show them, and part of that is reflecting on the things that you've experienced in your life. So you've told them this story, this experience that you've had, but what did it teach you? What skills did you gain? And how can you use this experience to better inform your behaviors and actions as a student in the future? This is definitely one of the things that makes your application stand out from a generic essay. Reflecting back on the things that you've talked about, reflecting back on your experiences is not only a good way of writing, but it also shows that you're capable of introspection, of looking inward, and being able to identify the things that make you strong as a student, and also shows the admissions officer that going forward, you're going to be able to reflect back on your experiences at their university, in your college coursework, and be able to use that reflection to build stronger skills and become a stronger academic and contribute to your education and the university. Lastly, one of the most important things that you can do for your essay is to edit, and edit. I cannot stress how important it is to make sure that your essays have been edited by at least one other person, but also no more than 3 is what I would recommend. Select people that know you as a person, who you trust their judgment of you, and who understand what makes a good college essay. For the editing part, I would definitely recommend at least reading it out loud to yourself so you can catch grammatical errors and sentence flow issues, but also have a close friend read it or a close family member, maybe a professor from your community college or a teacher from your high school if you're a freshman. And then I would also recommend coming to Accepted Consulting and meeting with me if you feel like you really need help with your essays. I'm more than happy to sit down with you and do a consultation and work through your essays together. Alright, well that is all I have for you guys today. Don't forget to check the links in the description below if you want to schedule a one-on-one consultation with me to work on your college admissions essays. I'd be more than happy to help. I really love meeting with clients and helping them get into their dream universities. For future college admissions content and UC Berkeley, and sometimes vintage and archaeology related content, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and leave me a comment below. What is it that you think makes a great college essay stand out from a bad college essay? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Ka, where you can schedule. This has been quite a filming process.